Hello. Since videos have become kind of a way of life for me, I feel like I need to jump back in. Um, they may not be every day like they were before, but my mind is constantly thinking about things that I could or should be sharing that someone else might benefit from. So the habit of my brain is to analyze things and that are going on in life and share them with you as I think something's important to share. So they may not be the same as before, but I hope you'll gain some wisdom in each one. I'm thinking maybe I can't do this, but I'm not going to go in order of things that happen because some of the stories I'm not ready to tell, and I've been writing them down so I can share them later as individual stories. But if you don't know, 2 of my 3 girls were killed in a car accident on August 7th, and many hard days are still ahead, and I know that they're in a better place, but the hole in my heart is still there. I invite you to join me in my journey of putting the pieces of our life back together and thanking the things and people that have helped us. One of the things that I want to share is how we couldn't make it without the community of friends and family and people that we don't even know. As I usually do in making videos, I try to find some information that's similar to what I'm thinking and then share it with you. But I actually couldn't find anything, couldn't find what I was looking for. So that may be something that I need to put together and put out there for other people who might be looking for it. This, I'm probably going to read a lot. I wrote down what I wanted to say because I knew I would have a hard time focusing. So I may be reading more than I usually do. The only way that we've made it through so far is because of our community. And even though I know that's the correct word, I looked up the definition of community and it didn't really fit. It said, one of them said that a community is a group of people that live in the same place. It's not the kind of community that I mean. Another one said the process of community is organizing. It's a dynamic with rigid guidelines, and that functions, a community organizer require flexibility, creativity, excellent leadership skills, organize, mobilize, educate. Although I can see some of those qualities in my community, it still pales in comparison to what my community is. So yes, my community functioned with flexibility, creativity, and leadership skills that that cannot be surpassed by any other. They were what we needed when we needed it. My mom called them the Magic Express. If you needed something, just say so and it would show up, or whatever it was would be taken care of. My community took over the waiting room of the hospital and greeted everyone who came out the elevator doors, whether they were visiting us or not, to make sure that we didn't have too many people in our room at one time. My community slept in the waiting room just in case we needed something in the night. My community brought and continues to bring food whenever it is needed, whatever is needed, wherever it needs to be. My community held us up in prayer from the first moment. My community found a wheelchair and a potty chair so that we could leave the hospital. My community prayed so much as we were headed home to a new empty house that we not only held it together as we drove into the driveway, which I didn't expect that, but even as we went into the house, my community prayed so much that God orchestrated what needed to happen for the rest of that day. We didn't think that we really wanted anyone to be here when we first came to the house, but God knew what we needed, and because my God knew, it was there. My God planted friends with us at the funeral home when we had to make some hard decisions. My God orchestrated so many things throughout this time that I will share individually in other videos. There's so many little stories along the way. My community stood up at the funeral and graveside and did a hard thing by talking about my girls, leading songs, reading scriptures. My community allowed us to stretch some people's comfort zones in a way that we wanted to honor our girls. My community showed up in force to honor them. My community is full of friends. Friends I've met, friends I've never met, friends that I met through my business community, friends who donated and drove miles to come to the funeral, friends that started as customers that I never would have met if it wasn't for my business. My community is full of people who know my girls or didn't know my girls, because God is good and he uses every good thing. My community is full of godly, amazing people who will continue to pray and lift us up. My community can't be described in a few words of a definition unless you use the word love. My community is possible because of the amazing Father in heaven who knows our hearts, knows our hurts, and loves us all. I don't know how anyone can make it through these kind of trials without that kind of community. And we want to thank everyone who has been there and continues to be there for us. And if you don't have a community and you want one, I'd love to help you discover your community, because I couldn't make it without mine.